If I'm not married, do I need a will? It's one of the most common questions I get as an estate planning attorney. I'm Andrew Ayers. I'm a lawyer who works with families and business owners to protect their legacies through planning. In the next few minutes, I'm going to answer one of the most common questions I get. Simply, do I need a will if I'm single? Now, I remember years ago when I first graduated law school and I was single. I was living alone. The only thing I owned was a lot of student debt. And it never occurred to me to have an estate plan. I mean, what did I have? I had a CD collection, some clothing, a TV, and some assorted things in my kitchen. So why in the world would I need an estate plan? But we're not here to talk about my bad decisions years ago. We're here to talk about you. And if you're single, I'm going to tell you why you need an estate plan, not just a will. So to take a step back, a will is the main document in an estate plan. It says what happens to your assets after you die. If you have specific heirlooms that you want to give to a family member, those will also be included in your will. Now, a will is part of an estate plan, but an estate plan itself has other documents which are particularly important to you if you're single. For example, there's a healthcare power of attorney, there's a living will, and a financial power of attorney. A healthcare power of attorney is a document that says if you become incapacitated and you're unable to speak for yourself to make medical decisions, you're appointing someone who has the legal power to make those decisions. Now, we've seen in the last couple of years how dangerous it can be, especially with the COVID pandemic, if you don't have a healthcare power of attorney and you become sick. If you're in that hospital on a ventilator and there's nobody there to speak for you, how do the doctors know what to have happen next? The second document in the plan would be a living will. It's a shorter document that tends to be a template for your state, and it says what you would like to have happen. Now, with most of my clients, they choose to use just the healthcare power of attorney because it's a more comprehensive document, but many people still use a living will. And finally, especially if you're single, there's a financial power of attorney. Now, the financial power of attorney says if you become incapacitated, somebody else can manage your legal affairs. For example, if you own a business and are trying to operate it and you cannot do so, the power of attorney would allow somebody else to step in and run your business. If there's mortgage payments or other payments that need to be made from your bank account, the power of attorney would allow someone to do that. Or if, let's say, you own an apartment that you're renting out, you need somebody to be able to collect that rent and put it back into the apartment if repairs need to be made or other financial obligations to the apartment like paying a mortgage on it. So you'd need a financial power of attorney to be able to help you in that situation. Now, if you're single, these are decisions that you need to get right because you want to make sure you have the right people there to make these decisions for you. Now, there's two ways you can get this done. The first way is you can just blindly search on the web, find some website, get some forms and fill them in, and hope that you got it right. However, there's no reason for you to reinvent the wheel. Instead, you can work with a professional to make sure you get the right forms and the right documents that you need. If you're ready to get started, go to andrewmayers.com and click on the Schedule Consultation button. That will take you directly to my calendar where we can set up a time for a free legal strategy session. So remember, even if you aren't married, an estate plan is very important for your peace of mind and for your loved ones.